And we are live. Hey, I'm Matt, a live streaming YouTuber, and here we are at a place called The Peak in Hong Kong. Join Travel the World with Matt as I take you on the adventures of a lifetime. Hey, welcome Jay, welcome everyone. We're back. I'm back in Hong Kong, but today I'm going to take you on a cable car. Welcome Lethargy on Sentosa Island. Now previously we went on a cable car that took us from Singapore to the island of Sentosa. Now there are two lines, and we're going to take the second line now. This is going to take us from a place called Aliso Point to the Merlion, and it's an unconnected line, but this line goes completely on the island of Sentosa. And what's really great is when this happened, it was sunset, so we're going to get beautiful views just over Sentosa Island. But I just want to show you, before we start, just a couple of things from, so we're going to be starting on this side. Let me show you, of Sentosa Island. If you're facing Singapore, if you're looking from Singapore, we're starting from the right hand side. So we're starting from the areas where all the beaches are. Now in this area is Hong Kong's only preserved coastal fort, and actually Singapore's done a really great job, and I'll show you here, of preserving the heritage. So it's called Fort Saliso, and before you take the cable car, just walk maybe 100 meters, and they've got some great reenactments of the fort. So you walk along this air bridge. I want to show you now. Beautiful air bridge. This is right where the cable car is, and of course Singapore, very tropical, very green. And you walk along this air bridge, and then you get to that point where you see the cannon, and then they've got a really nice setup about World War II, and how they have these guys, these mannequins, and they're talking and to each other. It's really well done. And they were all watching out for the Japanese, and if they were going to attack, this was going to be their coastal defense. So they've still got that set up. Now unfortunately, what happened in the World War was that the Japanese were very clever and invaded. They came through Malaysia. So Singapore and Malaysia are connected, and they just came through Malaysia, and so the fort kind of proved useless, but it's still there, and a nice little throwback to the history. So that's where we're starting, at the fort. And yeah, let's begin. So this video is going to be divided into two pieces, because I thought the cable car ride was over and then it continued. So let's start on the first part. On Sentosa Island, and you're going to get a beautiful view now of the beaches along Sentosa. On the right hand side, you can see that aerial walkway that leads us. 29 years ago. But the line that we're on right now, the Sentosa line, on the 14th of July, about 8 years ago. Sentosa is really like the adventure capital. So you're gonna see zip liners, people bungee jumping. Very protected. Of course, beautiful sunset. Carry a maximum of 8 passengers per cabin, and about 2,000 passengers per hour. Accident, not on this line. The line that goes from Sentosa Island to Singapore. On the left-hand side, there a lot of cargo come, and they were bringing in an oil rig, and the oil rig, oil rigs are really some of the lost their lives. That was a long time ago, and they've ensured that would never happen. I'll go the next clip and we'll continue. We'll continue watching now. I was very surprised. I was like, there's more? see that building there with the orange roof. I was absolutely terrified. They take you up there and you get a drink and you sit and you sip. You're drink about 35 meters above the ground. I did that. I took photos on my feet. I don't want to look. That's Madame Tussauds right there. Madame Tussauds in I'm trying to bring the sound down. Different to your usual Madame Tussauds. It's more about telling the history. Very different experience to your usual Madame Tussauds, which is just a bunch of wax. They've taken it down since COVID. Great. So that is the cable car line. I wanted to show you a couple more things. So of course, they've got this is in Madame Tussauds. This is the part that was like a normal Madame Tussauds, but the rest of the Madame Tussauds is based around the history of Singapore. So it's really nice. It brings the history of Singapore to life. There's even a boat ride, believe it or not, in the Madame Tussauds. And then of course, we've got Universal Studios, the smallest Universal Studios in the world. This is Shrek's house. And let me see if I've got anything more. They've got a really nice mummy ride as well. Very well done. I couldn't believe how tiny Universal was, even compared to Hong Kong Disneyland. So there we have Jurassic Park. Very small, very compact little park. And I've actually, do I have it here? Oh, I've got a little video. This is a little video from one of the rides in Universal. Just a short little clip. So yeah, that was the beautiful sunset ride through Sentosa Island. That was the second line, 890 meters, and yeah, really cool that we got to see it at sunset. I hope you got some great postcards. Next week we're going to Busan in South Korea, and we're going to be going to Singapore airport, because in Singapore airport they've got that Changi, the Jewel of Changi, which is that it's actually an old terminal, but it's got a beautiful waterfall coming along, and I'm going to take you to an aerial walkway, and we're going to view the area from there. So I can tell you actually haven't been using gimbals in Singapore, and right now I'm not using a gimbal. So I've just been using my hands. Also because I haven't got it with me, but I just packed a tiny little backpack because I only went to Singapore for 4 days. So I've been going gimbal free recently. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back next weekend. I hope to see you there, and Jay, Huckres, and Lethargy, and everyone else, thanks so much for joining. I will see you next week. Keep on adventuring, keep on exploring, and see you soon.